Welcome to the snapshot of how to travel the world on $50 a day. Travel cheaper, longer, smarter. By Matt Kepnes, available exclusively on Scribd. Here we'll explore the key insights from how to travel the world on $50 a day. Introduction. You want to travel the world and check those adventures off your bucket list, but when you check your bank account, you worry that you'll have to put off taking your next trip for a while. After all, traveling is expensive, with all the tickets, hotels, meals, fees, and incidentals that pop up along the way. If you're going to go somewhere, you want your trip to be rewarding and unforgettable, and that takes money, right? No, not according to Matt Kepnes. If you don't have hundreds of dollars to spend on hotels every night but still want to plan a memorable getaway, he can show you how it's done. In How to Travel the World on $50 a Day, Kepnes offers tips based on his experiences in many regions of the world, including Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Southeast Asia, Central America, China, and Japan. In just the past few years, a lot has changed in the world of travel. New smartphone apps, home-sharing businesses, and social media connections can help you find the best deals on travel. There's a wealth of information about new ways to save money and share costs while you travel, making your trip as fun and affordable as possible. Thanks to these new resources, you don't have to wait for some ambiguous future date to start your next adventure. And once you figure out how it works, you might even find yourself asking for extra time off so you can keep exploring. You can travel to magnificent faraway places without sacrificing safety, comfort, or quality, and without breaking the bank. This snapshot will show you how the amazing trip of your dreams is within your reach. Planning your trip. When you've decided on a destination and you're starting to plan your trip, keep in mind that alongside all the 5-star luxury resorts and restaurants, you can find a whole host of high-quality budget options for accommodations, food, and transportation. Beginning with this mindset is half the battle because it motivates you to find deals that provide the best fit for you. Traveling for less means traveling like a local. With insider tips on where to find cheap local food and with location-specific advice for low-cost transportation, you'll be well on your way to enjoying a first-class experience without paying the price. The second thing to keep in mind is that it's natural to have some fears about traveling to unknown places. For example, you might be worried about going alone, stressed that you don't speak the language, or concerned that you'll spend your money too fast. Everyone has some anxiety about traveling, but the best thing you can do is to carefully plan your logistics. Then, jump in and go for it. Fear will always provide you with dozens of excuses about why now isn't the right time to take your trip. But the more you travel, the more experience teaches you the rewards of venturing outside your comfort zone. Best of all, you're never too old to begin. There are friendly travelers of all ages around the world who are happy to share their advice and stories. Now, imagine if all your expenses added up to only $50 a day. That's only about $1,500 a month. Could you pay all your bills with that at home? Probably not. So if you can afford your daily life back home, you can afford to travel. Unlike Kepnes, you might not be able to travel for months at a time, but you can easily travel for a week or two at that rate. And if you decide to travel for longer, there are plenty of ways to make money on the road if you're creative. Blogging, freelancing, teaching English, tutoring, working on a farm, or getting a service job are all ways of replenishing your funds when you want to extend your travels a bit longer. Decide how long you want your initial trip to be, sketch out your budget, and set goals to save for your journey. Remember, it only takes $50 a day. Once you've organized your budget, make sure to set yourself up with the right bank account and credit card to support your travels. You'll want to choose a bank linked through the Global ATM Alliance so that you can use banks all over the world without being charged a fee. Kepnes believes the best U.S. bank to use is Charles Schwab, but you should research and explore the best fit for your needs. Whatever you do, you'll need accounts at 2 separate banks, so you'll have a backup option in case one of your ATM cards gets lost or stolen. If the worst happens, you'll be glad you were prepared. And don't even think about using traveler's checks. Many banks won't exchange them, and they're easily lost or stolen. If you decide to get a credit card, choose one that rewards you with travel points. You'll be amazed how easy it is to accumulate points when you're using that card every day. One of the most important logistical decisions that determines how far your budget stretches is the price of your transportation, especially airline tickets. You can't predict how prices will change, and even checking multiple sites might not yield the lowest prices. But if you're planning an extensive trip or traveling around the world, RTW, Round the World tickets, might be the right choice. With these tickets, you book all your flights in advance. By purchasing them in bulk, you enjoy substantial savings. Keep in mind, though, that you'll be able to book with only one specific airline carrier and its partners. Another helpful option is to purchase a travel discount card, which can save you on everything from hostels to transportation and may even offer last-minute specials for spontaneous getaways. The ISIC, a popular student-only card, provides discounts on all kinds of travel and insurance and costs just $22. This card offers $150,000 worth of discounts and can be used all over the world. There are dozens of other discount cards depending on your age, occupation, and travel needs, so shop around to find which one is right for you. On-the-road expenses. It's not impossible to live frugally on the road, especially if you adopt a saving instead of splurging mindset. Look for value when you travel. Ask yourself which experiences are most important to you, then plan and prioritize accordingly. If you don't want to go home earlier than you planned, you must stick to your budget and make your money last. Kepnes recommendations for staying within your budget include choosing cheap or free accommodations, walking as much as possible, and spending thriftily on most meals so that you can splurge on a few special ones. Also, remember that unexpected challenges may arise at any time, so it's always wise to have some discretionary funds for emergencies. To keep yourself mostly on track, he suggests keeping a budget journal so you can see what your expenses are. This also helps you plan for future trips by giving you a realistic picture of how you're spending your money. There's even an app called Trail Wallet that records all your travel expenditures right on your smartphone. Another way to save money on accommodations is to look for friends, relatives, or friends of friends who might put you up for free. You can also sign up for a hospitality exchange, which puts travelers in touch with locals who are willing to host them for free with no strings attached. Couchsurfing.com is one of these services and offers profiles, recommendations, and detailed reviews to help you feel comfortable. In addition to these options, keep in mind that hostel rooms with the most beds are the least expensive. Finally, if a hotel is your only option, websites like laterooms.com and lastminute.com can help you save up to 60% off normal rates. Saving money on food while you travel doesn't mean giving up rich cultural experiences. On the contrary, if you ask locals where to eat, they're usually happy to point you to their favorite spots that offer delicious local fare without tourist markups. Pack lunches if you can, shop at local markets, and treat yourself to an occasional special meal. If you're really interested in sampling local cuisine, websites like mealsharing.com and eatwith.com will connect you with families who welcome travelers to their tables. Or if you're spending time in a hostel, buy groceries and cook some of your own meals in a shared kitchen to further cut down on expenses. The best strategies for economizing on transportation costs are to buy tickets in bulk, look for last-minute specials, walk when you can, and get low-cost transportation passes whenever possible. You'll save a lot of money by planning ahead, avoiding taxis, and taking local transportation, such as buses or subways. For extensive trips, purchase train passes that allow you to pay much less for multiple rides. And ride-sharing services like Gumtree.com and BlaBlaCar.com allow you to split the cost of traveling by car. Breaking it down by region. Although Kepnes has traveled all over the world, this section of the snapshot focuses on his tips about traveling through Europe. One of the fascinating aspects of traveling in Europe is how vastly prices vary depending on where you are. Whether you're in the city or a rural area, or whether you're traveling farther east or west, living on $50 a day in Europe is somewhat more challenging than doing it in Central America or Southeast Asia, but it's still possible with the right planning and research. Take care to balance your time spent in more expensive countries, such as France and England, with time in less expensive places, such as Romania and Greece. For example, it might cost you an average $100 a day in more expensive countries, but you can get by on $30 per day in cheaper destinations. For accommodations in Europe, hostels are usually your best bet, but in Western European cities, even they can be costly, and they often fill up quickly. Other good options are pensions, family-owned, no-frills establishments that provide privacy, a clean room, a shower, and breakfast in the morning for less than you'd pay at a hotel. Many of these are not listed on travel booking websites because of the site's steep fees, but you will find them on TripAdvisor.com. If the weather is pleasant, you might even consider camping to get a feel for the country. Campsites usually cost less than $15 per night. When it comes to food costs, you'll need to be creative. Use locals' recommendations for open-air neighborhood markets, where you can buy fresh fruits, breads, and cheeses for picnics. At these markets, you can sample local specialties and enjoy local flavors. Many European cities have small sandwich shops and cafes where you can get a hearty lunch or breakfast without overspending. Whatever your style, you won't regret the time spent mingling with locals and learning about regional delicacies, all while saving your food budget for the occasional splurge. Conclusion. In this snapshot, you've learned some of Matt Kepnes' best tips for saving money and getting the most value out of every trip you take. His book refers you to hundreds of additional resources and websites to help you find the best deals for any region you're looking to visit. No matter where you go, some of his principles for frugal traveling remain the same. Look for free meals and accommodations whenever possible, walk and use shared transportation, and eat modestly at most meals so that you can enjoy a few lavish, regional specialties. One of his best strategies for travel is to carefully plan your itinerary ahead of time and to buy airline and train tickets in bulk at reduced rates. And never underestimate the benefits of discount cards, which can cost as little as $20 and offer substantial price breaks at thousands of establishments. Wherever you choose to go, there are creative options for managing your budget carefully, and one of the best parts about traveling frugally that locals are always happy to show you how to get the best deals. You never know when a simple conversation about where to get a great meal might turn into a friendship, and that's the beauty of traveling. About Matt Kepnes. Matt Kepnes has authored several best-selling books about traveling and writes about his trips around the world for national publications and his blog, nomadicmatt.com. During his 7 years of traveling, he has visited more than 70 countries. Thank you for listening to the snapshot of How to Travel the World on $50 a Day by Matt Kepnes. If you liked what you heard, then make sure to explore the rest of our snapshot library to continue gaining key insights from nonfiction books in a matter of minutes.
Thank you for listening to our quick learning audiobook review series. If you liked what you heard, then check out our channel for more free audiobook reviews. We post new audiobooks every week. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell to be first to hear of our latest reviews.